All right. Hello, everyone. How are you tonight? I pray that you are doing well. May not be able to know this, but I'm actually working on my consistency. You get caught up in things like Facebook where you're trying to congratulate people and things like that. And that's what happened to me. So, however, it is a good day to be alive and to be well and to be together this evening. So, if you're out there, please say hey. Let me know you're tuning in. And tonight, I just want to talk briefly with you guys. Please share back from this topic of things to abandon immediately. There's some things we really need to drop immediately, at least me. So here's what I learned. These are my lessons I learn every day. Like I say, if you dare say, hey, so I see you. But these are some things. Hey, Donna, I love you so much. Thank you for always being here, even when my contraptions are messed up and I can't. You gotta laugh at some of this stuff because I can't tell that I'm seeing what I'm seeing online. So tis my issue and my as I said, my contraptions. There we go. But tonight, so you can put in the chat things you think people should drop immediately, what you're going to drop immediately. And this is things. So I was going to say things to leave in last week, but today's Sunday, not Saturday. So these are things that we shouldn't take into the rest of the week. I won't take it to the rest of the week. So these are things I'm really working on this week. And it's really for my overall wellness. So the first one is this, which is very funny, but it's not. So broken promises. I think broken promises is something, and I mean simple things like, hey, I'm gonna call you back, and you don't call people, or hey, yeah, I'll send that to you, you don't send it. So that is the issue for me. It's just follow up, follow through. But I think it's just taking things like when you know you can't do them. And so I think that's one of the main things I'm going to. Hey, Valerie. Hey, sis. So y'all can tell me things that y'all really are going to try to leave, not taking the next week. So you can't leave it in last week because that's gone. But things you won't try, you're going to try to leave, behind, not take into the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the first one for me is broken promises. I try to be a person of my word, but what I've realized is that I take on sometimes too much, and even if it's too much in a day. So one of the things is to sometimes just not say anything. Like if you're in a meeting, it's like, who's going to do this? You're not the ones who could do it. And I don't always I think I already do that, but there's just some things where I need to not say I'm going to do things. And if you don't say you're going to do something, then you don't break your promises. So I don't know about you guys, but that's big for me because I really do desire to really be take seriously, that I just can't do. And things that seem like they're going to take 10 minutes end up taking 4 hours. So that's another reason why. Donna, that is such a good one. Trying to fix things that don't care to fix things that don't care to fix for themselves. That is so good. This is a good one to add to our list, everyone. Leaving behind the I won't even say the need to fix things, but let's leave behind trying to fix things for people that they don't want to fix for themselves. Like we can offer help, but we can't make people get help. And so I think that's a really good one. That was not on my list, but I'm glad I can add it to my list because that does take a lot of emotional energy when we're trying to fix things for people or offer people advice. And when you really want something for somebody and they talk about wanting it for themselves, but they're not doing what they need to do. One of the things I talk with people in coaching a lot about is let other people take the lead, let them take the lead. Like if it's something for somebody that they need to do for themselves, you have to let them take the lead, and if they really want to, at some point they will show you, that they want. And sometimes it's about timing. So you could share some stuff with people, but they may not get it until much later or even, engage it. But that doesn't mean that the knowledge is not there and it's not helping them. So I think that's a very good one. Here's things we're leaving behind, everybody. That was so good, Donna. She said, trying to fix things for people that they don't care to fix for themselves. My first one was just broken promises, or like just little broken things, like not telling people I'm gonna call them back and I don't. Like, so it's like, today, are you gonna not tell people you're gonna call them back? I'm gonna really try like to do something else and just say, you know what, I'm gonna do something, but I am really trying to not break little promises like that. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Hey, the rest of you just say, hey. Oh, Valerie, that is so good. Letting people frustrate you. I'm gonna join that one too. Letting people frustrate you. That is so good. That is something, let's all put a heart on that. That is something we're going to leave. And I can't say leaving last week, but we're going to not take into our week. So this is going to be intentional, like woosah, 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 type of stuff. Like when you know that you are entering into a frustrating sphere, is to breathe and either back out or be like, I'm not entering into this energy of foolishness that you have. Hey, Camille, how are you, sis? Yes. Yes. Kiss Ava Marie. Hey. And so that's good, you guys. What else are we going to not take it away? Okay, so I'm going to finish my list because these are really good things that you are sharing. I'm actually going to add them to my list, and that is because there's so much energy that we can save with just these three things we talked about. Here's another one. I'm really going to not procrastinate, and I will tell you how we stop procrastinating and stop adding unnecessary things to the list so we could get done what is necessary. That is going to be so huge for me this week. It's like not putting things off that I know should be prioritized in order to do things that I think may not be a lot of energy. Ooh, Kevin, hey, how are you? He said shenanigans. You're gonna not take shenanigans into this week. That sounds a bit like foolishness, like leaving foolishness behind. But I think it's sometimes our own foolishness, if we're honest. But I also need to not help people with their foolishness, because there's a way of like, let me out here. You in a car with somebody, like I call it the caravan of foolishness. I'm like, let me out right here. I'm not about to go down this road with you. And I am leaving this behind. So procrastination for me is going to be big this week because this is an important week. What else are you all not taking into this week? So we've already had, not trying to fix things for people, shenanigans. We've had, letting people frustrate you. Okay, that is so important. Here's my third one. Criticism. I am going to work on like limiting criticism because you already see it with your mind. You don't have to speak it with your mouth when you see something that is not good. So I would say unnecessary criticism is my third one, because it can take energy. And so once you've like stated something, you don't have to rehash it or spend time criticizing things that is just unnecessary. And let me tell you where I saw this. I do not understand the people who go on other people's pages and criticize. Like, what is that all about? Or like people who go on people's YouTube worship services and start putting thumbs down just because they don't like the worship service. You have a billion options. Go to somebody else's page. What are you doing? Okay, I'm done with that. But NT base, that is something I do not understand. Is people, I guess I'm criticizing right now. Maybe I'm criticizing, but it really is. I don't understand when people do like public criticism of other people when you have other options, or tearing people down. So I am going to work on just limiting my criticism of people. Like if you always have the option of turning the channel or turning away, especially if it's not dealing in like an issue of injustice or an issue of like saving lives or something. And I think too much criticism can take us all down. It can mess up our energy and just give people unnecessary attention they don't deserve. So that's one of the things I know I'm definitely leaving into week, because if you criticize too often, even if you want what's best for that person and you focus too much energy on what's wrong, you may be missing a lot of what is right. And I'm talking to me. Okay. So that's one thing I realized today is like, if there's so much good that's happening, and if you only focus on things wrong, then you really are going to miss things that are going well and things that are right. And it really, 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 once again, can take our energy down so much. And sometimes we end up criticizing stuff that doesn't even deserve our energy and our attention, because it could be stuff we don't understand or stuff that just get on our nerves. You ever just see stuff that get on your nerves, like, what in the world? Oh, yes, thank you, Camille. She talked about this. We often think of things we want need to do better to better ourselves versus things we need to put down. Absolutely. Thanks for saying this. Yes, because sometimes we overburden ourselves with too much, and that's what I've noticed. Like, there's just things I'm not taking. I can't. Like, my arms are full. My God, my bag is full. I just got everything that I need, and these are things that is just like, I don't need this. I'm not taking it. Like, I left that. I dropped it, I abandoned it, all of that. So like I said, criticism for me is big, like leaving that here, not taking unnecessary criticism and critique into next week, because everybody's not asking us for our opinion. And sometimes we'll criticize something we don't even know. By we, I mean me. Like, there's some things that I may be like, why are they doing that? And I say it to myself, but I just don't understand the why, and then maybe it's not meant for me too. So I guess I say all that to say, let's look for the good, and that actually is better for our energy, looking for the good. Here, what else are you guys leaving into last week? Because these things are very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You all are helping me because, like I said, I have been growing my list, and I try not to get more than like 6. I have 4. So I'm adding 2 or 3 or recombining them and stuff like that. So here's my last one. Sounds like an oxymoron, but it really isn't. I'm going to leave behind disorganized planning. And the reason I say that is because I have some really good plans, but I need to organize my planning better. I talked about, taking on too many things and like just procrastinating and things. But I also, last year, I had a system that I'm bringing back. And in that system of planning, what I used to do is when I put something on my schedule, I would color code it based on the amount of emotional and mental energy it would take me. So it's not just the amount of time, but I would also organize it. Like, if it was purple or something, I knew it was going to take a lot of mental energy. And so it could be like, I need to plan out something or develop something. And so I would make sure I buffer that. So I'm not planning to, maybe a straining meeting and then a planning session or something. And then things that I knew I could do very quickly in my mind, or really just things like straighten up the desk or, delete old files or stuff. I would save that for times when I didn't need to think a lot. So those things might be green, and greens means you could do it quickly. And so I would organize my day like that, making sure I put the green stuff actually towards the end of the day. So I wasn't giving that stuff fresh energy, but I was giving that stuff like residue energy because I knew I didn't need to think a lot about it. That's the stuff I used to do last year. And I am bringing it back because I was like, why is your planning so disorganized? And I know, we may give something 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. This is something that used to work for me because then I also know how to plan out my days and just think through my days, because I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, but everything fits into your day, but you're like, oh my gosh, and you may get to some part and it's like, I don't even have the mental energy for this. And it's like, because you probably should have put that earlier if you could. So that's just something that I am working on when it comes to planning out my day and really thinking I want my planning to be more organized. And that's what I meant. So I'm leaving behind disorganized planning. And it really is something that has helped me. I don't know if it'll help you, but finding out what is best for you so you can get things done. And then I would say with that, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, so not adding things to my day because I'm like, oh, look at you with 5 extra minutes. Girl, please shut that computer off and go and walk away. Like, so not like if I get the things done, like sometimes I use that as a time to like go drink some water or some rest or things like that. And not because that may be a gift that's of energy that you need to deposit and maybe use later. So that's just me. I don't know how you guys do it. If you have a way of organizing your day, your energy, let me know, like I said, because that's what I was doing last year. And I realized I was so much more productive when I did things like that. And it also means like just limiting the stressful things and stressful people that are on my calendar during the day. Like, so if I know this is going to be a high energy situation, I can only have 3 of those, even though it says it's going to take 30 minutes. It may take 30 minutes, but it actually end up costing me like a whole day of energy, and mental energy too. Ooh, that is so good. Yes, 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 Camille. I agree with that with you. She said, I'll commit to leaving behind procrastination and unplanned days so I can submit my dissertation. Yes, can we pray for that? That she submits her dissertation proposal by the end of the month. Love you. Yes, we are going to pray for that, everybody. To praise God. Yes, that she completes the dissertation. I'm so proud of you. That is so awesome. That is the type of stuff I'm talking about. That yes. So it does take time to set a plan, but once you start planning and get into a rhythm, that's the biggest thing is the start and stops of things. And so the rhythm of a day and a rhythm of a week, like we can't plan everything. We're not God, so we don't know what's coming, but we can do our best to plan well. Wisdom, I was reading in Proverbs 8, wisdom crying out from the streets, hey girl, do better. And so those are my ways of planning. I don't know how you plan, but that's what I learned today. It's just there are some things that we're carrying that we can leave behind, and we couldn't leave them in last week, but we sure can leave them in today. Okay. So yay, Donna. She said, yes, please be in prayer for Camille. And we all will. So proud of all of you who are doing amazing things. If you know of things, once again, you could leave in last week or great ways to plan, type them in the chat. I'll read them. Definitely like them and add them to my suggestion list. All right. I love you guys. I pray that you all have as always, thank you for being a part of this conversation. And I pray that you all have a wonderful night and a beautiful day. Love you. Good night. See you tomorrow at 9ish.